Well, hello, it's the 21st of September 2019 and today the weather is absolutely beautiful. So, if you've been following me for a few years, or indeed if you've checked out my grape playlist, you may have seen these lovely grapevines behind me before. So I've got two varieties here. One is Lakemont Seedless and the other is Muscat Blanc, and both are absolutely brilliant varieties to grow outside here in the UK or a similar climate. So what we're going to do is take the camera and we're going to have a closer look at these lovely vines and have a wee chat. Why not, hey? Okay, now, so we look here. So I planted this vine, must be, oh dear, a few years ago now, maybe like 9 years, and you can just see the bulk, the mass, the power. Look at the power in that lovely rootstock there. Now this indeed was a grafted variety, and I've got a suspicion it was on a very powerful rootstock, but it's been pruned many times. I mean, if it wasn't pruned it would be absolutely huge by now. The amount of growth it would have had, it would have spanned probably the entire garden and maybe beyond. But we're carrying a massive crop here. Look at just how many are there. Look. Now, Lakemont Seedless is a US variety, okay, and it does very well here in the UK. And look under there, look at them lovely bunches. Now, I spoke before, I mean, look at this lovely size of and that one under there. Look at this one here. The actual grapes have made a good size. I was trying to get, there you go, you can see that there. I mean, doesn't that just look amazing? Now, I'm no longer the custodian, if you will, of this vine, or indeed these vines, but it's good to remove some of the leaves around the bunches of grapes so that the sun can hit them and increase the sugar content. And these Lakemont Seedless, they can be more or less honey sweet when they are ripe, absolutely beautiful. And what they do is they go sort of a pale green when they are sort of pale green yellowish when they are ready, and they just, they are truly a beautiful variety of grape. And we'll look under here. Oh God, look, see, so you can just imagine, a little bit of TLC if this vine, if some of these grapes were were removed, and there's probably about 20, maybe more bunches of grapes on here. But check out my older videos on grapes if you haven't, and you'll just see how many, when this vine was much bigger, how many lovely bunches it produced. I mean, look through there, look, just absolutely lovely. And oh yeah, let's pick some more. I think a few years ago I gave away a load of these grapes to a winemaker, and I think that wine is currently on the cook. It can't be that long now until it's ready. It's been the old demijohns, but it'll be great when I can sample some of my own wine. So that's the Lakemont Seedless. Okay, so the next variety we're going to go on to is Muscat Blanc. And once again I planted this, and it was a grafted variety, and these bunches, the grapes on them, have actually made, hope you can see that, there you go, some really decent size. Now, Muscat Blanc has seeds in it, but now I swallow the seeds as well, but some people don't like that. But look at that. I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? Look at them lovely grapes on there. And I do actually have one of these planted at the current project, and my intention is to get back into this. I mean, look at them lovely grapes. I mean, look at the size. I can get my finger there. You can see they've really made some decent size. And when I indeed was custodian of these, they weren't making this sort of size, but they really have made a good size. I mean, look at them, and they're just a really nice, almost winey taste. But they are indeed the same as Lakemont Seedless in the fact that they are a dessert grape. But the person who's making some wine with both these grapes, one will be a red wine, I presume, from this one. I'm no connoisseur. And the other one a white wine, is using these for that. They're just amazing. So we'll have a look underneath. Now, this does need some TLC. We will, we're not going to lie about it and say it doesn't, but look at them under there, look. And in fact, even though these aren't getting much sun, they are actually relatively sort of sweet and tasty. Under there, look, fantastic. So this is a south-southeast facing fence, and it does indeed hold the warmth from the sun, particularly today when it's about 24 degrees C. Sorry, I'm unable to give a Fahrenheit comparison at the moment, but you know, it will be really nice warmth. It helps to ripen the grapes, very, very much worth doing. So for instance, you know, nice close-up, something's had a go at eating these, but you know, this indicates to me that even though these aren't in full sun, in fact they're more or less shaded here, at least at this time of day, they're still quite sweet. I do often wonder if it would be, you know, worth trialling this variety in a north-facing area, Muscat Blanc. I may even give it a bash. As you know, if you've been watching me, I don't necessarily garden to any fixed rules. I try and you know, I try and do things as I go along, so that myself and others can learn from them. There you go, there's a bunch of Lakemont seedless that I've picked here. I've left the riper ones for the current custodian, so that, they look lovely, don't they? UK grown grapes. Another Muscat Blanc there, look. You have a close up of that. So I wholeheartedly recommend people who are looking for grape varieties to grow outside in the UK, ideally up against a south-facing wall or fence. I recommend the varieties Muscat Blanc and Lakemont seedless, and you can see very much by the results here just how lovely the varieties are. So I'll put the two side by side, and if you grew two varieties of grapes, and of course you could grow these in a cold greenhouse or polytunnel, meaning they need winter dormancy, so it need to be unheated, but I recommend you grow these varieties if you want two varieties to grow, and you can see that the results speak for themselves. So if you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. See you next time.